The shoot with Jane Fonda came out of a very strange circumstance. I had been struggling for a while with losing my breath and whatnot on different shoots, passing out every now and then, which seemed a little abnormal for an everyday kind of thing. But I finally realized I had to have open heart surgery with something I was born with. And at the end of that surgery, I had just moved out of a house that I built that was so overwhelming, and I realized I had to have this surgery, so I sold everything and moved into this little white box in West Hollywood. And I went and had the surgery. Everything went fine, but when I got out, didn't feel like taking pictures anymore. Didn't feel like I want to be in that rat race anymore. And it wasn't one of those comeuppance moments of I had surgery and I saw the light, because actually the surgery was more of a vacation, and it was the first vacation I've had in a really long time, and it gave me time to think. But out of nowhere, a shoot came up that it was for some magazine that I got to shoot 5 actresses, and one of them was Jane Fonda. And so I had to make the decision, because I wasn't going to shoot for a while, and I was like, there's no way I'm passing up Jane Fonda. I love this woman, she's an icon, and I will do whatever it is to get to her. So we have this shoot, and it's all shot in this smaller house in West Hollywood, and they're all coming like 2 hours at a time, one after another, and Jane was the last one, really. I think at the end of the day, she was the last one. And I had gone through all these experiences with the first 4, which was this roller coaster of publicists and people coming and going in my small house and all this kind of input, output, whatever. But then Jane rocks up in this little pantsuit jacket and carrying this tiny little dog, and she just walked into my house and was the coolest chick. She was just like, this is a cool place, and she introduced herself to everyone, and she talked to people, and she engaged, and you could see it the first second she was there, and it just put the biggest smile on my face that I was like, I have Jane fucking Fonda in my house. And when I said that to myself, it just stuck. And I proceeded to call her Jane fucking Fonda all day. Like when she asked me, what is the makeup for today? What do you think? And I'm like, you're Jane fucking Fonda. Like, you're gonna wear whatever makeup you want. And she just like smiles and said, okay, then we'll do that, we'll do this. And then, along the process, there's always rules on shoots, and, oh, you can't shoot outside, you can't shoot in this light, you can't do this, can't do that. With Jane, it was, there was a few things, but then she just looked at me and said, I don't have the same body, I don't have the same this or the same skin, so I'd like, something that covers me up a bit, and something that, is, just a few little rules, a few little things. But then she closed out the rules with, but still, I have a really good ass, so I'm good with that. And I'm like, you're Jane fucking Fonda, you're so cool. So I went out to the back where the stylist was, and I picked this beaded dress that was absolutely see-through, but it covered her from neck to ground, front, top of sleeves, everything was covered, but it had a see-through quality. And I'm like, do you want to wear this? Do you mind this? She goes, great. And I'm the type of person where I know if I think too long, people are going to overanalyze and say no, and you don't want to be here and this and that. So I have to know where I'm going to shoot right away and get that first 2 frames to look really good. And I knew on the other end of the house was a backlit window that I know she'll look amazing in. So I just paraded her across the backyard, through the house, all the way back up to the front, and just posed her in a position. And I was just like, okay, on your toes a little higher, arch your back, throw your head back, click, 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 3 frames, showed her. She's like, you are so in. And we ended up taking a ton more pictures. She was super relaxed, and I don't know, she just was amazing. And this picture is so classic and iconic, and it's one of the favorite things I've done with her, but it led to multiple other shoots that really have become an important part of my career, because I value the time I spent with her in these shoots and in talking. We end up talking more than shooting, and just hearing what Hollywood was about through somebody who's lived every type of thing in this city, not just, I'm a glamorous movie star, I'm a beautiful woman, but she's 80 years old, and she continues to work, challenge herself, challenge the world around her, and there can't be a better, I don't want to say icon, because it's not that, a better person to look up to and try to emulate as you try to get through this culture of Hollywood. And I'm very, very thankful for those moments and very thankful for the amazing pictures I've taken of her.